Welcome to another episode of the Fantasy Basketball PH podcast. Enjoy the show.
What is up, mga paps? Good morning, everyone. Again, it's your fantasy papi, Papi Roy, in the house. Umagang-umaga tayo, mga paps, no? Bago. Dami, doon sa mga nakakanood ngayong live, we were having a special episode for today. So, hindi to about DFS or about fantasy. We're gonna talk about NBA Top Shots. So, bago lahat, welcome to Fantasy Basketball PH, your Filipino brand of fantasy basketball. And dahil wala akong masyadong alam dyan sa Top Shot na yan, no? In my understanding, though meron na rin akong account, it's more of like a virtual NBA card. So tingnan natin kung anong matututunan natin for today dun sa ating guest. Because we have actually a guest kasi dahil walang alam si Papi Roy, humingi tayo ng backup. So bago ang lahat, shoutout muna tayo sa NBA Top Shot Philippines. So NBA Top Shot Philippines is a group for NBA Top Shot fans and supporters and collectors. Initially for the Pinoys like us, pero ang dami na ring nag-join na foreigners. Actually may nag-join pa na mamaya pag-usapan natin na isang bigating personality from NBA Top Shot. So shoutout natin yung mga admin dyan. So yung guest natin for today si Miss Jelyn Hermosa, Yang Pantanilla, JC Cuevas, Joseph Tiempo, Marvin Lee, Lucky Benedict Balisi, Yusuf Polog, Dan Mandig at Dijo Song. So shoutout sa iyo mga paps. And huwag na nating patagalin pa. Pasok na natin yung ating guest. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Jelyn Hermosa.
Hey everyone.
What is up? How are you, Jelyn?
I'm good. Thanks for having me. How are you?
I am good as well. Mapapasubo tayo mga paps. English speaking si Madam. Pero I think, nakakapag-Tagalog ka naman, di ba, Jelyn?
Yeah, pwede pa.
Woo! Yeah! Makakatipid tayo sa tissue, mga papi. So, first and foremost, Miss Jelyn, surprisingly, kasi especially in basketball, though we have WNBA and in NCAA, we have the women's division. Paano ka nahilig or paano ka napunta sa NBA Top Shots or NBA itself?
Yeah, so yung pasok ko naman sa Top Shot, no, it's mostly from the investing side. When I first started, I heard about it. I saw like you could make really good profits off of it. And that's how I started. But I just realized that the more I got into it, the more I started loving, the moments, and I started watching basketball. And then I loved the community, and that's what made me stay. So definitely a basketball newbie when it comes to that, but Top Shot has been really good with like introducing me to that world.
Yeah, so when did you start collecting or doing Top Shots?
I actually just started last week of January, so it hasn't been that long.
Wow. So you started the year with a bang because NBA Top Shot has been like super hyped. Even the players, Mark Cuban, so almost everyone that loves basketball are into NBA Top Shots. So
Yeah.
dahil ako as NBA fan and NBA Top Shot supporter na bago, I think it's best if like we talk about NBA Top Shots in a nutshell and then yung sabihin na natin NBA Top Shot for Dummies. So, with that said, let me ask, what is NBA Top Shot ba? I mean, in your personal definition.
So if I'm going to break it down to the nitty-gritty of it, NBA Top Shot is a website where you could buy and sell digital collectibles, which is at this point, NBA Top Shot trading cards. So just think of it like kung nagko-collect ka ng physical cards, it's just like that, but you're doing it online. But instead of like this one static picture, it's going to be a 10 to 15 second even if that even video clip of it. So that's what it is in a nutshell. And when it comes to the blockchain stuff kind of thing, because there is some digital scarcity, you have to record the scarcity somewhere. So it's on the blockchain, and that's where it's all recorded. But you don't even have to think about any of that. Just think of it as a website where you could buy, collect, and sell.
Nice, nice. So, something that I captured from that definition, which is a pretty cool definition. So, ita-translate ko sa mas layman's term, no? So, mga paps, kung meron kang NBA card na physical, pagkatapos meron kang internet, pagkatapos meron kang Bitcoin, kapag pinagsama-sama mo yun, feeling ko yun yung NBA Top Shots, right?
Yeah, it's almost like that, but you could actually buy it with a credit card, so you don't even need to use crypto at all. It's the easiest entry to crypto world without actually needing to know a lot about crypto, which I found pretty cool about it.
Nice. Actually, dahil nabanggit mo yan, Miss Jelyn, dun sa group natin, dito sa NBA Top Shot Philippines, I really saw several friends of mine na I never knew that na fan ng NBA, almost similar to you, pero mga nag-stock saka mga nagbi-Bitcoin. So I guess it brings people from different industries together. Especially Filipinos, we love basketball. And in general, we love money. And then we love moments. So that's why TikTok broke the internet nung lumabas siya. So I guess it's on more of like kung sino man yung gumawa ng Top Shots, naisip niya to bring up all this stuff together in a bundle. And then now it's kind of progressing to the future of collecting. Kasi for sure, may nakikita na ako, Disney is actually like doing almost similar thing, di ba? It's something called like NFT.
Yeah, so the moments that you have are actually NFTs. They're non-fungible tokens. And what's cool with Top Shot is that you see definitely the breakdown of the people who are in it. Definitely the first couple people who came into it are from the crypto world, I guess, because these are NFTs. But as it progresses, then you see all kinds of people joining. So I thought that was pretty cool about it.
Nice, nice. So we're settled with the what. So later on, I'll let Miss Jelyn to share her screen to show her collections, no? Pero before that, medyo nasagot na natin yung when kung na siya nag-start. So back in January. Let's say why. Initially, nasabi mo na it's more of like investment nung umpisa. So now, that NBA Top Shot is kind of progressing. I've heard I've watched one interview of Gary V na medyo hindi niya nakikita. Well, he thinks Top Shot is like a leading leading the market in all sports for like this space. Pero he also thinks na if luma na yung moment, it might not sell well compared to the present moment. So I want to hear your thoughts about it.
I don't think I watched that interview, but is he saying that old moments that were released first won't be as valuable?
Yes. I think sobrang ikli lang ng clip ng interview na yun. So all are positive things about NBA Top Shot.
Right.
Medyo nagdududa lang si Gary V on if would people still love that specific moment like from 5 years ago, especially if he's not a legend or something like that.
Yeah.
Compared to the new ones.
Got it. I think, ang daming new ones yan, diba? Like, who are you collecting really? Are you collecting like the all-stars or just anyone? When it comes to all-stars, there's going to be a market for that even down the line. Same with physical cards, like a lot of the older ones, the rookie years are selling for like thousands of dollars. But the ones who are not popular don't really. So I think it just translates well to NBA Top Shot too, just in a digital sense. If you're collecting rookies who become popular one day, then obviously your value is going to grow. But if you're collecting someone who doesn't really make it big, then it's going to fall off. So it's all about what your strategy is and who you're collecting.
Nice. So it brings the understanding of, well, yung fantasy basketball that we here in the group loves, kasi we have what we call dynasty leagues. So
Mhm.
in dynasty leagues you initially draft rookies, and then you have prospects that maybe along the road could grow into an all-star or a superstar. So in NBA cards naman, it's also similar kasi it's like stocks that meron ka pang baby like
Right.
Luka like 2 years ago. And now, in NBA cards, yung pinakamahal na na-sell ata recently was Lucas card, yung logo man niya. So,
Right.
do you also see this type of like valuation for NBA Top Shots? I mean, I think it's already uh,
Yeah.
getting that valuation, right?
Absolutely. How much was that Luca card for?
I think that's $4 million.
Oh wow. The highest right now for a Top Shot is 208,000, and it's a LeBron play. But I do see it going that far. I mean, they only started in June, and like 6, 8 months later, they're already selling at the 200,000 level. So that's pretty amazing, and I think it will go, if not that, even higher.
Nice, nice. So, this is the part where I'll ask you to like share your screen. Pero before that, as you can see here in the in this presentation dun sa mga nanonood sa live video, merong ditong parang mga arts, right? So I guess you also like shared this or tweeted this art. So can you tell me something about about this art which someone very well known in NBA Top Shot actually like?
Yeah, for sure. So yung Facebook group namin, they did a fan art contest, and whoever won, got moments which are straight from the admin's collection. So it's very generous of them to do that, because moments right now are not cheap. And obviously, if you win a grand prize, you've got to win like a pretty good moment, which is, I think, a couple $100. So these are two of the finalists out of six, and I tweeted about these, and it got really popular actually. So I don't know which person you're saying liked it, but Roham, the CEO of Top Shot, actually tweeted about it. So that was pretty cool, I thought. And a lot of people also asked me if I could tell the artist of this to do an NFT of it. And I think we're kind of helping them work out the deal on that. But I thought it would be a pretty good introduction for Filipino artists to go into the NFT space.
Nice, very nice. Because remember when Kobe and Gianna passed away, so R.I.P. Kobe. There was also a painting or a mural sa basketball court at I think somewhere in I forgot the place, pero sumikat din yun eh kasi Filipinos really are like excels in art. So we're that kind of race, right? Kasi we're very imaginative and very
Right.
creative per se. So now I'm gonna ask you to share your screen para naman doon naman tayo sa tanong na how. Para how could they like join NBA Top Shots? Paano ako makakuha ng cards? We have what we call marketplace. So let's talk about that. Let me just share your screen. There you go.
For sure. So yung first question mo, how they're gonna, sign up. Actually, they've closed signups for a while, but they're open now. So if you're trying to get into it, definitely do that ASAP because I don't see it lasting that long. But yeah, that's the how. You just go in, sign up, and usually you could sign up with your Google account and then create an account that way.
Right, because there's like a message if you're trying to create using an email, right? So I guess using your Google account is much faster.
Yeah, and they've seen tremendous growth in the past couple months that they had to stop user signups. So I think they open it back up this week. So, do you have an account
Nice.
yet, Roy?
Yep, I signed up like
Nice.
2 weeks ago, but I haven't luckily got my first like pack. So I'm still like trying to get mine.
Oh
Probably
no,
the next wave.
I have to send you a moment just to start that collection.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
Um,
Jelyn is actually sharing her screen showing us yung mismong site ng Top Shot. So go ahead, Jelyn.
anong gusto natin gawin? So, for example, if you first sign up, you don't have moments yet. So you want to buy a moment, you go to Marketplace, which is going to be right here. And then if you're just, well, who's your favorite player, Roy?
I'm a Spurs fan, so I've checked Tim Duncan, which is super expensive right now.
Is it? Oh my gosh, that's why. So Team Duncan only has one moment, and this is in Series 1, this is one of the OG moments. Yeah, so he's 15.3K right now. So we gotta aim lower than that.
That's the first player that I've searched, and then I also searched for Manu and Tony Parker, and those big three are
Oh my
like
gosh.
super expensive. So I guess I'm gonna start with someone like probably Jordan Clarkson, Kabayan, Jordan Clarkson. I guess
All right.
we have like a $20 moment with Jordan Clarkson last time I checked.
Right. So I did want to say something about this though. The run it backs, this is a part of, like you could see the cover here, run it back. These are like the older plays. So it's not even a cup, like even when Top Shot first started, it wasn't a common card. It's always been a special pack with like plays from years before. And that's why it's expensive. It's not this expensive, I think, as like maybe around $50 for a pack, but it's always been a special pack. That makes you feel better about that price.
So for me to get those players, I need to like buy a special pack, a non-basic pack, right?
You need to buy
Or
a special pack, yes,
okay,
but for Series 1, we're in Series 2 right now, so those are not available anymore. They are coming out with another run it back pack with Iverson and Shaq and all that, and I think it's going to be a little bit more expensive. Definitely not 15K expensive, maybe like, and I'm like pulling this out of my butt, probably like $500 or something. But could definitely buy those. But speaking of Jordan Clarkson, I actually collected 2 of his moments. I think these 2 before, just because he was Filipino. So I have him in my collection. But yes, his a pretty good one.
woohoo. So can you like click a moment so everyone could see what will happen? So let me just
Sure.
show it in the screen. There you go.
Yeah.
So
So go on, Roy. Yeah. So his name is going to be here. This is the type of play. This is how many collectors are selling it right now. And this is how many is available for sale. You're going to see the lowest ask and the top sale for this particular moment. But when you click on the moment and you expand this, you guys couldn't hear the sound, I think. It has the sound and it just shows you the play from all different angles.
very nice.
Yeah.
Quick question. Is something not customizable, right?
It's not.
Yet, maybe in the future.
Like the card itself, I don't think so, because that's the beauty, or not the beauty of
I mean,
NFT
I mean
once it's
the
out there.
music,
Oh, the
probably the
music.
music, or maybe I don't know,
Yeah.
because based on how collectibles, especially like Pokemon, goes, some of them are like uh, I was thinking that given that we're talking about internet and all, maybe there's a way to like customize something because these cards are like pretty awesome.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
So earlier you're talking about marketplace, and you've also talked about different packs. So can we like check those the marketplace itself? So yan pala yung mga packs kanina nabanggit ni Miss
Yeah.
Jelyn yan. Na laging sold out, no?
They're always sold out. There was actually a pack drop today. Did you queue for it?
No, I was actually sleeping. I overslept, but I missed out the All Star pack. But in the group, there are lots of our members that got the LeBron 23 moment, right? So,
Yeah.
did you all get something from the All Star pack?
I got an all-star pack. I have not opened it yet, so I don't know yet what I got.
Who are you like, sino yung parang gustong-gusto mo talagang makuha out of those all-stars?
LeBron, of course.
Nice. I think feeling ko talaga LeBron yan eh. Swerte tong ano eh. Swerte yung fantasy basketball PH magiging LeBron
Uh,
James yan.
I hope so.
Okay, so given that these packs are always sold out, so how do I like buy it?
So they do drops, right? Like today they announced, I think 2 days ago, that they were gonna drop the All-Star pack, and then they tell you how many moments that has. And you could click on it and you could actually see every moment that you could possibly get from it. And they also tell you the price. This one is $229, which is kind of pricey, but the trend with these packs is that if you get one, you'll probably earn like at least twice what you paid for it. So it's been
Wow.
really good. Yeah. So there's 30,000 of these packs released earlier, but given how good it is, even if you're a collector or an investor, there were 230,000 people in line. So you basically had like a 10% chance of getting one. So pretty much that's all the ways you can get a pack right now. In the future, they're planning to just have common packs like these ones online 24/7, which is what it was before NBA Top Shot blew up. But for now, you just have to watch out for an email or an announcement that they're going to drop packs.
Nice, nice. So Miss Jelyn already taught us how to like go to the website, how to buy the packs, how to go to the marketplace. Probably it's time for us to ask, do you have like what are the tips? Well, number one, kung sino yung i-collect namin. And number two, which is for me, is much important, paano ba, paano ba yung diskarte para makakuha ng maaga sa queue for buying those packs? Kasi I guess that's the first hurdle eh.
Right. So I'll go to your second question first because I think that's the easiest to answer. Well, actually, there's walang paraan para mas maaga ka sa queue, right? So you hear about it and they tell you a time, you join the waiting room, and then they give you a random queue number. So it's really just all luck. But what you need to do is just know every time they're dropping. Sometimes you do stress tests, which is like they're releasing base packs, and even that, they're releasing 5,000 and like 70,000 people are in line. Like it's just a game of luck, but as with all numbers games, the more you try, the more you're gonna get. So unfortunately, walang tip para paano makakuha ng card. But yeah, just be aware of all the drops.
Oh, so consistent ba yung time for the drop or it's random?
It's not, and unfortunately, sa friends not in the Philippines, it's always happening like Pacific time. So 9 a.m. here was like what 12 a.m. there. Sometimes it's like even later. So I know a lot of people from the Facebook group are awake at like 4 a.m., which is like it's not on the screen anymore. Pero yung art with LeBron, that perfectly captured why that art was so good, because it's like the time was, I think, 4 a.m. and the sun was coming up, because a lot of the Filipino people who are trying to get packs, that's like their scenario. They're in a computer, they're angry because their queue number is so high, and then the sun's about to come up because it's so late. So that's actually one of my favorite arts.
Nice, nice. Actually, all of the 6 arts are very, very creative in their own way and very like a very good representation of their favorite players.
Absolutely.
So going back to the number one question, tips. As of course we're having fun. We're like it's always fun to collect, right? But it's also fun to earn while collecting. So how about some tips, especially coming from someone that initially is about to like go for the investment, but eventually had fun.
Yeah. I think a lot of things go into that, right? Like you have to know what your risk tolerance is. Like I use like kind of a play money in my mind. Like when I put money in here, I'm not expecting to make that back. Like I just think of it as lost money. And that's one of my ways that I don't feel so bad about it. But a lot of people don't have that kind of risk tolerance. They want a for sure way of earning money. And if you're that kind of person, then I think the best way for you to earn money while joining Top Shot, if you're not just collecting, is to just go for packs, because that's the for sure you're going to earn money in this. The second tip I have is there are a lot of websites, and maybe I could share one that actually show you some trends when it comes to the value of a moment. For example, let's take the Jordan Clarkson one. Oh, Jordan. And then you choose a play type. So for this one, for example, his dunk. And you're going to see here pretty much everything about that particular moment. For example, there's 15,000 of them supposedly in circulation right now, but
Okay.
1,310 is still in packs, you know? So you kind of just calculate that, like, if people got that, will that decrease the price? Will that increase the price? And also right here, you see the average. This one is not that good because it's just a flat all the way. But for example,
Probably Luka.
yeah, that's a good one. So Luca, let's do his cool cats. This one's really unique, but I think this shows how drastic it could get. So, you know, Top Shot that does these challenges where you have to collect cards and you win a reward. For this one challenge, which is the first Cool Cat challenge out of, I think, 5 Cool Cat challenges, Luca was the reward for that. If you collected 5 Cool Cats, you get Luca. And for this one, 3,400 people collected it, so they got the Lucas. And then I think this was at the peak. It started when this first hit the market, started around, 2,000 to 3,000. But at the peak, it was around 9,000. And then new challenges came in and people got bored or got worried, or they're like, this master challenge is so hard to do. I don't want to do this challenge anymore. And it started going down right here. And right now, from 9,000 at the peak, which is like a couple of weeks ago, and that's how crazy drastic this changes, it's now at 3,650. So it's like those kind of things that you kind of see happen, that's important to happen. Like, it's usually if a moment is required for a challenge, the price shoots up. After the challenge, it goes down. So if you have a moment that is part of a challenge, definitely sell at the peak. And then, because you don't want it when it's at the bottom, when nobody wants it anymore. So those kind of things, I think. So just know your risk tolerance. Definitely do not put money that you don't want to lose ever. And then also looking at the trends and just studying, like, the data behind the moments.
Nice. Because I was thinking, if you want to learn about stocks or probably Bitcoin, mag-top shots ka muna kasi it's kind of fun and you'll get to know the basics. And then once you more familiar with it, saka kang pumunta sa mga mas rockstar na analysis for stocks and whatnot, right? So maybe this is something that people older than us could also have fun as well. So pwede natin i-try yan. Try kong ipakita to sa mga older friends and families ko that I know that also invest in stocks, and I'm pretty sure makakuha tayo ng insight sa kanila on how they see things. Kasi Gary is one of those new generation investor that is really hammering for Top Shot. So I think, and Mark Cuban as well. So feeling ko talaga this is just a start, I guess. Sobrang beta pa lang to, di ba, right?
Yeah, it's still in beta.
So imagine that. I mean, before we played Ragnarok. So do you play that? So it's just an RPG game before, pero the whole Filipino teens back then went loco with Ragnarok. That's how Filipinos are. Pag may umusong isa, for sure, magbo-boom talaga yan. So I'm really expecting na isa tayo, yung mga Pinoy, to really be into this new hobby of ours, which is NBA Top Shots.
Yeah.
So now, I'm gonna ask some quirky questions. Sino yung pinakaayaw mong moment na nakuha sa PAX?
Ugh, I don't know kung meron akong pinakaayaw, but of course there are like, since I'm not a big basketball fan, there are just a lot of moments where I'm like,
Wow, you
who
have
is
Trae
this?
Young, you have Lillard, Harden, nice.
I do. I actually recently just bought these because,
LeBron.
they released the 35,000 ones, which is the highest circulation count, meaning like it's the most number a moment is going to have. So they're a little bit cheaper right now. So I bought the ones that I really liked. Oh, I think I lost my camera. But I don't think I have like a moment I hate the most, just players that I'm not sure who they are.
So probably like Troy Brown Jr. I think out of these players in this page, I think Troy Brown Jr. is the least known. Let me see. We also
Actually,
have like uh
so Troy Brown
yeah,
was actually a gift to me. I didn't get him from a moment, but it was a good gift. And this is like one of the things that you should know about Top Shot is that people value serial numbers. So 2-digit serial numbers are great. 1-digit serial numbers sell a ton more than the same moment that's like 14,000. So if I'm
nice.
gonna sell Troy Brown, his lowest ask right now is what? So there's 1,400 people selling him, and the lowest ask is $15. I could price my moment higher just because I have a serial number that's higher, that's lower.
Nice, nice. So, very similar to how NBA collecting is, wherein if you have like one of tens or one of ones, much higher yung valuation niya.
Right.
Siguro this is the part wherein I'll like think of something kung paano mag-meet yung fantasy basketball, which is our podcast with Top Shots itself. So ang nakikita ko dito, this is not only in fantasy, more of like in NBA in general. So by March 25, I guess, magkakaroon tayo ng NBA trade deadline. So people or players will get switch to other teams. People will get traded. So I was assuming, I'm not sure dun sa mga pinag-uusapan sa Discord, or maybe if there's like a forum for NBA Top Shots, how would it impact kaya the valuation? So for example, a not so okay rookie that has a potential to be one na hindi nagbo-bloom dahil dun sa team niya ngayon, medyo crowded, sabihin na natin, and then gets traded to a team na nagtatank na tapos wala ng star. So one best example would be Kevin Porter Jr. So I'm not sure if you're like following those stuff, but NBA Kevin Porter Jr. was traded from the Cleveland Cavaliers dahil namamato siya ng pinggan sa locker room ng Cleveland. So meron siyang attitude problem, but he's really a promising young stud from the Cleveland Cavaliers. So he was traded to Houston Rockets, which is actually tanking right now. So if you'll check the stats of Kevin Porter Jr., sobrang palong-palo yung stats niya. He's actually one of the hottest player in fantasy and also in NBA cards, and probably even in reality. Kasi it's sort of like he's actually the projections and the potential is slowly materializing na while was given the opportunity in Houston Rockets. So with this like small scenarios and this information, do you think it also can influence the prices of NBA Top Shot moments?
I think that's a really interesting point because unlike fantasy, if a player is doing really bad at the current team and during the current season, it really doesn't affect the value of the cards that much. But I would think obviously if a player gets traded to a better team and starts doing well, long term the value is going to increase, right? Because they're going to be one of the people who are really playing well. But other than that, from what I'm seeing, how they're playing doesn't really affect their value that much. But I do want to say that when it comes to trading players, so if they minted, which means created a moment for this season, na kunyari, I don't know, LeBron is in the Lakers, and for some reason he got traded back to Miami. No, not Miami, to Cleveland. His moment, kahit pwede pa sila mag-produce ng moment na Lakers siya, stop na nila yung count nun. So all his moments that Lakers siya is gonna stop. So mas magiging rare siya because they can't produce it anymore because he's in the new team now. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally makes sense. So actually, it's like putting some value on those say precious years ni LeBron from the Lakers. Kasi especially madami nagko-collect ng LeBron. So probably they want a moment from Cleveland, a moment from Miami, a moment from Lakers, right? So if other players that is almost similar with LeBron's bio data or resume, I think it totally makes sense na ganun yung mangyayari sa market.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've talked a lot. Thank you so much, Jelyn. We've learned a lot from you. I think mas nagmamaterial, mas nai-imagine na nung mga supporters natin dito sa podcast yung NBA Top Shots kasi I've been doing a lot of shoutouts for NBA Top Shots, but probably there are still some na hindi pa nagegets or hindi pa familiar about Top Shots. I guess this episode will really help them to like be also involved and also join the group, di ba?
Yeah, I hope so.
Great. So let me just add this again to our screen kasi this is the time that syempre may mga dapat yung i-follow ng mga personalities na ano yun gumagawa ng content about Top Shots kasi you want to learn more about it. And actually, Jelyn is one of them. So can you like invite us to your blog and your latest night stream that you've been doing for quite some time?
Yeah, for sure. So Steph is actually doing Ladies Night, and she had me that one time to join it with her, which was super awesome. I have a blog. It's called NBA Top Shot Blog. No, that's not the name of my blog. It's called topshotnewbie.com. And a lot of my articles are actually geared towards beginners. You know, I started the blog because I wanted to help people understand what Top Shot is, or I wanted them to know what to do when they're actually in Top Shot. So definitely visit my blog if you have any other questions. I'm on Discord, on Top Shot's Discord. I actually just became Discord captain last week, which is like an admin role, which is pretty cool. We hang out there all the time. If you have any questions or if you just want to talk to other collectors, that's the place to go. I'm on Twitter. I think my Twitter name is Top Shot Newbie as well. And then everyone on the screen at the Girls' Night are all awesome people to follow. Steph has a Twitch stream. Jennifer has a YouTube stream. And then one of them, the one at the bottom is Candy, and she actually works for Top Shot. And I do want to say, and I don't know if I'm supposed to like promote things on your podcast, and I feel really bad, but I think this coming Friday, Usman, the community manager for Top Shot, is doing sort of a community office hours with like exclusive to the Filipino group. So if you're not on the Filipino Facebook group, definitely join that.
Yeah. And imagine Jelyn actually made our creative arts to like gain lot of likes to the point na recognize na tayo ng mga ng management and top personalities ng NBA Top Shot. So malay mo, pag sumali ka dun sa Facebook group tapos matuwa sa atin, sa community natin, magkaroon tayo ng giveaways, especially dun sa mga nahihirapan makakuha. Kasi I'm pretty sure it's something that is on their mind, especially how like fast the growth is for the NBA Top Shot Philippines, right? So hindi imposibleng mangyari yan.
Yeah, I would say they're really happy with how the group is growing. So we'd love to have you in the group.
Nice. So I guess that's all for today's episode. I hope bumisita ulit si Miss Jelyn. Siguro mas pag-usapan na natin yung mas in-depth kasi ngayon medyo bago pa kami lahat eh. Siguro kapag meron na akong first pack, sobrang makaka-relate na ako on how fun is it to open and all. So, thank you so much, Jelyn, for dropping by. I know you're a busy person, and actually, it's almost weekend, and you should have have a rest and have fun. So, thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much. It's definitely a pleasure being here. And I'm always here for you guys. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Great, great. Thank you, and I hope you had fun.
I
And
had a lot of fun.
sana next time ulit.
Yeah, of course. Just tell me when.
Nice, nice. So before we end our episode, again, this is your fantasy puppy. So I want you to like, subscribe, follow, share, comment. And we're available on YouTube, Spotify, Anchor, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and Stitcher. Guys, thank you so much. And I'll be busy later. So nag-Q&A na tayo kagabi. So wala akong content later. But probably tomorrow. So happy weekend, guys. Enjoy the weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.